Hello and welcome back to Lands of Lore 2, Guardians of Destiny. I'm going to make a quick trip back here because I realized that I brought the wrong piece of armor. I was trying to leave the reflective plate mail, and instead I left the regular plate mail. We'll probably make a switch in the future, but oops, I'm also just going to drop this guy here because we don't need it for now, and that's where we'll be using it later. Anyway, so yeah, you may have noticed that, you know, as far as the kind of calculations on the character screen are concerned, there wasn't a change in the defensive rating, and basically the reason for that is I guess the game really doesn't differentiate between physical and magical defense. So overall, the defense is the same, but the reflective plate mail gives a lot better protection against magical attacks, whereas the regular plate mail does better against physical attacks. And for now, I would rather have the physical defense, and we will get the magical defense later. Now, right here is where we're trying to go to. So I'll show it on the map. And this is the Dracoid Ruins, as opposed to the Dracoid Cemetery. And you can run through this little log if you are a lizard. If you're a human or a beast, you should be able to walk up on top. The smart thing to do would be to save repeatedly as we do this, but I don't feel like it, so instead I'm just going to do it live. You can jump, or you actually should just be able to sprint right across and then stop once you land. Very good. And then we have to continue to be cautious. This part isn't quite so bad. Let's look down a little more. There we go. But we have basically the exact same situation a few different times. Again, I'm just going to sprint on. These ones are a little bit easier. Still just as deadly, though. Good. And then I think there should be one more. There we go. Whee! And I don't care about that. There is a little, whatever, instructions on how to make something pharmacopedia-wise.
Silver leaf, when mixed with rainbow sulfite, will produce a mana foil.
Aha, so we've learned how to make mana foil with two things that we don't have yet. Although we are in quest of the silver leaf. Now, nope, don't transform. I just said that. Let's head inside. I'll have to make sure that I put the Bazor ring on. Something seems to be sneaking around. And hang on just a second. All right. Sorry about that. Had to answer a call quickly. As soon as we enter down here, we are immediately greeted by this delightful little being. So let's go say hello. This is not a situation where peace favors you. Eventually these things will start attacking you, so you might as well just take them out now. Am I not wearing my ring? I'm not. That's foolish. Let's do that instead. Okay. And then I would heal, but we'll just use Bell's Fruit instead. Wonderful. Okay. All right, let's carry on. Now, we're not going to do much down here, frankly, right now. We're going to kill you too.
Poison.
Yes. So the Bazor ring will protect us against some lesser poisons, but it's not as good of protection as what we're going to get later. Now, these guys, I believe, are pronounced, it's either Sar or Tassar. I don't know if it's a silent T. You may remember we watched a viewing stone. I don't know why this guy's not attacking me, but I guess it's to our benefit. You may remember one of those speaking stones that showed, you know, what appeared to be a mom giving birth, you know, a Dracoid mom giving birth to kind of a misshapen, almost tentacled creature. That's what these guys ultimately came to be. So these were the Dracoid who, once they lost their connection with Belial, began worshipping the Great Worm, which we will actually see fairly shortly. They began, you know, and living down here in these kind of dungeon-esque tunnels, they began to devolve, mutate, whatever, and their offspring started becoming more of these Tassar creatures. These stone cubes are kind of fun. I don't really make much use of them, but basically if you throw them on the ground, They make these stalagmites, which, you know, aren't exceptionally useful, but you can use them to sort of block pathways. Now, we're not going to do much down here just now. Next video, we're going to do our full exploration. If you transform into the lizard, you can get in here easily and slip between these bars. I don't like trusting the transformations if I can avoid it, so what we're going to do is use Spark, and I think level 3 should work. Let's find out. Use it to take out these chains here. 3 or 4? I'm not sure. Only 3. Wonderful. Nope. And am I out of mana? I am. That's fine. Because we will come back and actually take care of that last one later. That was just kind of setting the scene for us. For now, what we're going to do is come up here northward. We'll start lighting these pillars as we go. And there's a whole vast complex back here. For now, though, all we're going to do is go off to the left. I actually think I have to go slightly further up. Let's take this guy out quickly. I don't like dealing with him. These guys are very weird, but they're not really all that problematic. What tends to be more of an issue is if you get a couple of the SARs together at once, then you can really find yourself in trouble. So, this is what we're really looking for. There's a pit here. Now, you can't really see it well, but as we light this glass globe, you will. And a bridge starts to form. You got to be careful. You can't just run out on it right away. You have to wait. There. Now it is actually fully formed. And over here is a small portion of the level. There's some stuff in there that we're going to largely ignore, but we'll come back to in just a second. For now, what we're going to do is wrap around here and go to what I think is called like the Mage's Tower or something. It'll tell us in a second. Let's open both doors. Wonderful. And let's just see what this is called. Dracoid Mage Tower. Okay. So, this is just kind of a spiral upwards. All right, let's just heal ourselves again. This is just a little spiral upwards, and it also kind of goes down a brief way. And on each level, there's a pillar that we can light to open our pathway. Before we do that, let's wrap around here and light that guy up. Wonderful. That opens up this stair right here, which goes down, and we find the Gauntlets of Might.
Gauntlets of Might.
These are pretty cool. They increase our strength a good bit with all of our weaponry. They also allow us to wield that sword from earlier. Was it the Orc Reaver or something? I don't remember what it's called. The one that we weren't strong enough to use unless we used a champion stone. We'll hold on to them for now. This little stairway here, I honestly don't know if there's a way to use this or if you're supposed to be able to use this. It's a, you know, if you could get all the way up, it would bring you all the way back, or all the way up to the very top of this. As far as I can tell, it's just a pitfall to death. Maybe there's a way you either can or were supposed to be able to use it if that didn't get code properly. I don't know. Either way, what we want to do now is go up and light this guy, which takes down that little electric barrier and unleashes one of these SARs. I was kind of hoping Valkyrie would fire. Oh wait, I don't have Valkyrie yet. Anyway, let's take him out. Might be a good time to use one of our cool spells. Maybe we'll do it for the next one. Let's do our summon. So, we'll light that after. This is the death or... stop being poisoned all the time. Mists of Doom pillar. I don't know what it's called. Claw.
Glass
anyway,
globe.
It's going to give us white globes. We only need 2 of them. I actually kind of like to have more because it's fun to be able to cast Mist of Doom. In fact, why don't we just do that for fun? just to be able to use it a little tiny bit earlier than we otherwise would have. Forgot to light the pillar. Now, what would be really annoying is if you left right now without carrying forward any further. There we go. Which you can do, and then you'll have to just come right back here. Because... Here, let's do this. We're going to use that to cast Mist of Doom, which is fun, but not enough to kill. However, this will. So we're going to use the ancient version of this summon spell, which is Banish. And that is pretty much the only one of these that's actually useful. It's quite fun, because it does that. Otherwise, I don't use it pretty much at all. I think we still had to show off the level 3 and definitely the level 4 imp, which we'll do at some point. But we'll get back to all that later. We have some more mana, and I remember to do it. Let's see, do we have any items we want to use here to fight this guy? Sure, let's use these guys. And our lightning gem as well, why not? So, you're going to notice that there's something a little bit different about this Sar.
Go.
Uh-oh.
Must leave.
This must be the head, Mugwaba.
No belong here.
Mugwava.
Perhaps you are aware of the curse I bear.
Bad you hear. You not win.
Eat my jerkin.
Alright, so yeah, he doesn't seem to want us to be doing anything we're doing. Oh yeah, I forgot that he casts all these heavy spells. Let's be ready to heal ourselves. Actually, why don't we just do this? We cast Protect, and then heavy healing. Alright, let's do this. Keep casting our fireballs. This crystal here. And we can even cast that level 5 version, the regen, which is nice, because it basically makes us largely immortal, because our health refills so quickly. It just doesn't last very long, which is why I don't love it. Otherwise, it's a great spell. Oh, seems we accidentally lit this orb too, which is nice. Anyway, we got rid of these things, which is cool. So, what we want, however, is these. You can see that regen is already off.
You wear bracers.
Hey, I thought you were dead.
Bracers can talk to dead.
These bracers allow the wearer to communicate with the netherworld?
Talk to dead. Bad. Leave bracers.
Sorry, I'll have to keep them. Perhaps I'll be able to have a chat with my mother now.
I will note that that's an entirely meaningless warning. There's nothing bad that happens from having these. Well, no, I'm going to say there's nothing bad that happens from having these. You also don't have to wear them in order to have the effect. Oh, oops. Yeah. I don't even know if they have any special effect beyond allowing you to talk to dead, but that's the reason that we want them. I will note that there's one more level to go up. I don't think there's anything up here except for an entrance to another portion of the cave and this sort of whatever staircase, pit to doom. Now, you can get through here from another area of the cave that we will probably explore in the next video. But as far as I can tell, if you come through here and this isn't open, you're pretty much trapped here. Because I've never found any safe way to fall down through here. And you can't get out anywhere else through the section of the cave that's in there. So I'm pretty sure you're just trapped and screwed if this isn't already open. I'm not certain about that, but that has always been the case for me. I've never found a way out. Either way, we are done here for now. We can depart. We have our bracers. We have our orbs. We want to keep going. It gets a little confusing with the way it's just spinning around. Let's leave. And now we will go check out that room that we ignored before, which is a teleporter room. Oh, and another stone. We'll throw that down. Oops. Whee! Anyway, so this will teleport us to a different portion of the ruins here. Really far away from where we were. This is where we just were, and that little teleporter room's right here, and now we're up here. We will explore this area at a different date. For now, though, we'll take a look and see that we can teleport back to where we just were. We can go directly to the Dracoid Cemetery, which is what we should do, or we can go to the Hewline Jungle, which is largely pointless. But I'll show that off just so you can see where we show up. It's pretty close to the cemetery, so it doesn't really matter. So we show up right over here. Whee! And we're going to the Dracoid Cemetery there. So this one is only one way. You cannot teleport back to the ruins from here. You can go back and forth within the cemetery itself. No, I just went too far. There we go. So let's go back to the cemetery now that we have our white orbs. We don't need to watch this again. This is where, oh, that's why, well, no, it's okay, because I'm still planning on going back the other way. But this is where the, once you use it, this is where the Dracoid teleporter would bring you. So what we're going to do is go up here to the, well, I guess, eastern portion. We're going to open up this room with a white orb. And then, there's nothing in any of these. Actually, there might be. No, there's nothing in any of these. There is a switch right here that opens up this door. And there's this little fire pit, which doesn't really mean anything, but maybe is a little bit of a hint. We're going to take this globe. Huzzah. And what we need to do is drop this barrel and then walk into it. So it gets pushed that way. And you're going to see that once it smashes on the wall, it spills oil everywhere. Now we need to be careful. We don't want to be close to this, but there's a few ways to do this. I want to try using the tumbleweed because I almost never do it that way and it's kind of fun. Do I see a tumbleweed around? I do not. Oh, there we go. So let's see if we can do this well. Not going to be easy if it's stuck behind stuff. Not going to be super easy anyway. Where'd it go? This may be a fool's errand. All right, let's do this a different way. We should... Ooh, no, that's a shovel. I think we can do this with chain spark. Oops, that's not what I want to do. There it is. So let's try this. Oh, I didn't aim it. Let's try this one more time. All right. How about we do this then and use our pyropod finally to transform our spells into basically the fire version of the spark spells. And again, let's fire that off. There we go. And we're treated to a lovely little explosion that if we were any closer would kill us. Nope. There we go. And we don't really need to use any of our other fire spells, so we will just continue on here. So basically this just brings us to a higher portion of who's attacking? Where are you? There you are. Yeah, this just brings us to another portion of these underground ruins that luckily is fairly small. Let's light these guys up. Let's see if I can remember. Actually, I know I can't remember my way through, but that's okay. We'll explore it anyway. And ultimately, what we're looking for is one more set of pillars, here it are, to light up these globes. So we need, I think, 3 blue globes.
Glass globe.
2 and 3. And maybe at some point in the future we'll get another Mists of Doom one. We don't really need it. Maybe we won't do that. We'll find out. So we will take those 3 and depart. Take a look at our map, see where we gotta go. Oh, well, that's just gonna annoy me if we don't fill in that little square of map. Hey, look, we did it. All right, now let's check out our map and see. We just gotta do a little bit down here to close things off. Wait, where am I going? Nope. Hey, look, I'm the worst navigator in the world. You are wonderful. could just jump right over there and probably should. We'll go this way quickly. All right, so our pyropod has worn off, and we are now back to just regular spark spells, which is just fine. There's rarely a time really outside of this one instance where that matters. I mean, the pyropod's kind of a fun idea. It just doesn't matter very much, unfortunately. If there were more enemies with like a really distinct difference between their weaknesses, or if, you know, we didn't have constant access to fire magic with our Dark Sword Firestorm, then maybe we would care, but all right, let's close this. There's no more false walls. There's nothing else back here. We're not missing anything. At least none that I know of. No. All right, anywhere else? Yes, let's continue here. And how about now? All right, I would say that just about does it. So we can jump over here, and then we just need to get to our exit. I think I turned a little late. There we go. Dang it. I don't know why this turn always messes my head. I think it's just because this is blocking the path. And that throws me off, I guess? I don't know. What am I doing? This is absurd. Should not be difficult. There we go. That was ridiculous, which is fine. It's okay to be ridiculous sometimes. Anyway, let's jump over you. And as we turn the corner, we are at the stairs going up. So, we can take these blue orbs, not walk into that wall. And there's 2 more crypts that we want to open. We'll do this one first, as it is cool, yet less important, technically. I don't know why I opened that back up. I don't even remember these open.
Oh.
Good. But we do get Valkyrie, as I mentioned earlier. We'll get rid of you. Goodbye. And then, when we're no longer looking at one of these guys, whee! Valkyrie has finally returned to us. Oop, I attacked someone, sorry. Anyway, let's take this other blue orb. And you know what? I want to end after talking to that guy. We're just going to put this one down here with this yellow. We're going to put this, white one down here. Wonderful. Now, you. And let's go open this door and make a new friend. And finally, our adventures with the orbs is complete. Ish. And you need to have the bracers of the dead in order to have this next interaction occur. At least to hear it.
Traveler, help a spirit, will you?
I'm on several errands already. How might you wish me to aid you?
I am a Dracoid Priest, but I cannot lie in the crypt with my equals. My corpse lies forgotten in the sunken ruins of our city, in a cave beyond the lake.
If you're a Dracoid Priest, perhaps we can assist each other. I have great need of a token called Silverleaf.
The silver leaf is a sacred Dracoid object. Return my remains to me here. I will direct you towards acquiring a silver leaf. I am, after all, a Dracoid Priest.
Then go get the Silverleaf. I will return soon with your dust, and then I will be pleased to trade for a Silverleaf.
Burn my remains and put them in this urn. I will wait for your return.
So I think it would have been a lot better if we could have had this interaction before having to go to the Dracoid ruins, even if, you know, there were other tombs that got opened by other orbs later. you could keep everything the same, but just make it so that we didn't have to go there first until we heard this and were told to go. I think that would have been better game design, but otherwise,
Oh.
happy to help this guy out. I can't see any way that it'll go badly for us.
Hurry.
Please
I
hurry.
am anxious and wait for your return.
You've clearly been waiting a long time. You'll be all right. However, I think we will end things here. When we come back, we will do a full exploration of the Dracoid ruins, which will probably take quite some time. And then we will help out our Dracoid friend here and get the silver leaf. So hopefully you enjoyed our orb quest. And until next time, see ya.